Watch. Today there is a possibility for some big thunderstorms. Thunderstorms which could be packing some hail, some very gusty winds, and perhaps some very heavy blinding downpours. And we'll say more about that coming up in just a moment. But right now it's time for your tropical update. And first of all, we take a look at what's happening across the Gulf of Mexico, the Caribbean, and the Atlantic Basin. And so far, things are kind of quiet across most of the tropical zones. Now, we continue to monitor, though, some tropical waves. We have one wave right now that's working across central and western sections of the Caribbean, and we've been seeing some scattered cloud cover and some scattered showers. In fact, yesterday, this tropical wave brought some very heavy but welcome rains across portions of Cuba. Now we're still seeing that the southern end of this tropical wave continues to produce some scattered showers and thunder showers, mainly across parts of Central America. Now, a little bit farther towards the east, though, beautiful weather. Nice conditions for Puerto Rico, most of the islands in fantastic shape today. So if you're vacationing across the Virgin Islands or maybe down towards Trinidad, Tobago, not looking too bad. But well to the north and east of Puerto Rico, there we do have a tropical wave, and we've been seeing some showers and thunderstorms, but nothing is looking too threatening right now. A little bit farther towards the east, a few more tropical waves continue to drift towards the west, moving at speeds of about 10 to 15 miles per hour or so. One tropical wave to the west of the Cape Verde Islands. Yet another tropical wave, though, is just getting ready to emerge off the African coast. So you can see this series of tropical waves, one right after the other. Right now, though, these tropical waves are still rather poorly organized, and nothing is looking too threatening, so that's definitely good news. But I'll tell you what, for the month of August, things usually start to get fairly active. And especially so for August, we start to look more and more out towards the Atlantic Basin for the potential for tropical development. Other key areas, though, for tropical storm formation include the area across the southeastern Atlantic, the western Caribbean, and the Gulf of Mexico. And as I was just showing you, right now these areas are still looking relatively quiet. In the eastern Pacific, though, we have a tropical storm, a very well-defined tropical storm. You can see it right there from our satellite perspective. That is Tropical Storm Georgette. And Georgette has been a very powerful tropical storm. Right now it's packing winds of 60 miles per hour, and it's roughly centered about 660 miles south of Cabo San Lucas, and right now moving towards the northwest at about 8 miles an hour. Now, currently, as we look at the latest satellite imagery and also our latest forecast models, it's indicating that the upper level winds and generally the atmospheric profile is very favorable for this tropical storm. So we do anticipate further strengthening to be taking place. And in fact, within the next 24 hours or so, there's a very good likelihood that Georgette will probably become a hurricane sometime within the next 24 hours. So again, further strengthening very much likely with Georgette. Again, it continues to work its way towards the northwest. We'll likely see a continuation of that movement at least for the next day or so. Now, as we take a look at elsewhere what's happening, we've had some clouds too a little bit farther towards the south, and a few more disturbed regions well to the south of the Gulf of Tehuantepec. And again, we'll monitor these areas very closely as well. Stateside, it looks as if it could be a fairly active weather pattern today. Remember last week, and we were talking about Tropical Storm Frank? Well, the remnants of that tropical system has brought quite a bit of rainfall for portions of the southwest. And still throughout the day today, tropical moisture is lurking across Arizona and New Mexico, even back into southern sections of California. So showers and thunderstorms will be popping up throughout this region throughout the day. A beautiful day, though, for the Great Lakes, but a little bit farther towards the south, we watch our front. And the front, combined with an upper level disturbance, will serve as the focal point for numerous showers and storms. And so far today, we've had some very heavy soaking rains over western sections of Tennessee. In fact, some evacuations